So welcome everyone. This is our more or less monthly event where I talk about any questions you have related to your PGMP preparation. In general, I give a brief explanation about how PGMP works. That is how we start. And once we are done with that, we get into your specific queries. Yeah, that's a usual thing. But if someone has a question to start with, yeah, maybe you can type it in the chat or you can speak your question. And I will try my best to assist you in finding out what should you do, how should you proceed for your PGMP preparation. I'm Saket Bansal. I am into the business of education and consulting. I have been teaching PMP, PGMP, PFMP now also. So I also take care of PFMP. And other than PMI things, I am also into agile, scaled agile coaching, those kind of programs. So, but here my major focus is PGMP. Why I'm sharing other information? Maybe sometime you have a connected question. Maybe you want to talk about PGMP versus PMP or PGMP versus PFMP. We can talk about all those things as well if they are area of interest for you, because I am involved in those activities also. So that's a bit about me. And then directly on PMI website. Yeah. So this is how I usually start. As I said, if you have a specific queries, do let me know. Else, let's see what is PGMP from PMI website. So here I am browsing the website directly. And here I focus on two things first. What is the target segment for PGMP? And what is the process for getting PGMP certification? These are the two things. And then we clarify the eligibility and the process. And once we are done with your understanding of eligibility and process, then I also talk about how our program, we have a program at iZenBridge, which takes care of complete assistance for PGMP. So I also briefly introduce our program, and then queries related to our program also get clarified here. So this is how we run. Now, when I go to PGMP, there are some fee information and all that's easy to understand. First, probably we want to understand, should I do PGMP? Because how to do PGMP, how much money it takes, all these things are good question. But first we need to even understand, is it a right certification for me? So in our customer base, what we are observing, the individuals who have been doing project management, program management for a while, and they realize there are so many PMP certified professionals, and I want to differentiate myself. Usually they are in the industry for more than 15 years. Usually, it's not a criteria from PMI, but usually. And they are seeing the growth of PMP because 1.5 million people are PMP certified and they are doing program management, maybe partially, not fully. They want to say, okay, I want to put my credential, I want to properly demonstrate the program management in my profile. That's why I want to do PGMP certification. In our customer base, we see that particular reason. Another reason which is driving a growth for PGMP certification or motivating people to do PGMP certification is, unlike 5 years ago, we do see more and more program manager jobs, because what organization is trying to do, they don't want to put a managers for each projects. They may have a team leadership project management role taken care. Now they need a senior manager or someone takes care of group of projects, not necessarily just one project at a time. And that is driving many organization is formally publishing the role called technical program manager, process program manager. And that is something, when I see a program manager profile, if I have a better understanding, better positioning of my CV with the help of PGMP certification, my chances may get improved. So that's the usual reason we see that, that's bring people to the PGMP certification. And once they are convinced that they want to do it, they have a ROI for it, they see a growth in the knowledge as well as in their positioning. Then the second question comes in, what is the process? What is the eligibility? How should I move forward? Am I eligible, or PMI will throw me my application away? So that's the second portion now we are targeting on. If anyone has a query which is more focusing on, should I do PGMP certification, that portion only, then please put it in the chat or speak up. Then I take care of it before I go to the second point, which is about how to do PGMP path for certification. And that path for certification will help us in going through eligibility, application process, and then rest of the process for PGMP preparation. Okay, I move ahead. Yeah. So I move ahead and talk about eligibility. Now, usually there are multiple options, but most of you might be coming with the bachelor degree. So I am focusing on this option only. One thing is, unlike PMP, PMI, ACP certification or PMI, PBA certification, PMIs, there is no requirement for mandatory contact hours. So one can do self-preparation and go for exam. There is no need of showing that you have achieved program management education. The intent behind this is PMI saying this is an experience-based certificate. This is a senior certificate. It is not like something you will learn in the classroom. You have already learned based on your experience. You just need to demonstrate that in the exam. So they are expecting your experience might have taught you everything. Now you just come in the exam and show your competency. At the same time, the failure rate for PGMP is relatively high. So it might be relatively far, far higher than PMP. So it might be a good idea to take an assistance, but it is not a eligibility requirement. So there is no contact hour requirements for PGMP certification. If you have a bachelor degree, you need to demonstrate experience. Now, there are two types of experience PMI is looking for: project management experience and program management experience. I know in industry, sometimes you only do program management and you start your job as a program manager only. You may have never worked as a project manager. Some of you may be in that situation. But from a PMI perspective, they believe program managers are expected to know project management well because they take it like you are enveloping multiple projects. So you should have a project management competency. On top of it, you need to have a program management competency. So PMI takes it two-level approach. So they expect the individuals who are coming for PGMP certification, they need to demonstrate 4 years of project management experience and 4 years of program management experience. Yeah? So they need overall 8, but 4 plus 4. Now, if you have done PMP certification, then you don't have to demonstrate project management experience. Though in a PMP application, you might have already put 3 years of experience detail, but they are saying it's okay. You are PMP certified, so we take your project management skills on the certificate value. We only want you to put your program management experience. So these are the three eligibility criteria. Now, if someone has not done a bachelor degree, then the number of years needed in program management will increase. So say you need to demonstrate 7 years of program management experience rather than just 4. That's the only difference. If you are a bachelor degree, this is the eligibility requirement. Now, how do you put this information in the application? We will talk about it. What is the application process? Yeah, that's something we'll discuss. But if you are able to tick mark these three things, then you are eligible. And as usual, as you understand from the other PMI processes, this experience you need to demonstrate in application. And usually that's it. Yeah, they don't need any evidence from you to tell, this is my company letter and all. They just rely on your description. Occasionally, some percentage of individual will pick up for the audit. The audit process is also fairly simple. They will send some emails to, they will ask for some email IDs of some of the references who can say whatever you have mentioned in the application is right. And once they give you the recommendation, then your application is processed. Yeah, so your experience is considered valid. Yeah, that could be a 1 or 2% chance when you get for audit. In the remaining 98% chances, you just need to put it in the description. Yeah, so these are the requirement for PGMP certification. If you have any query till here, please feel free to put it in a chat, or maybe speak related to eligibility. Yeah, I need to talk about process now, but eligibility is this much only. Great. Process.
Hi, good morning.
Please go ahead.
Quick question.
Go ahead.
A quick question. Can you hear me? I was just curious, does iZenBridge offer a template that allows prospective PGMP certification holders to enter their experience details in preparation for applying to PMI?
Yes, yeah. So now,
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I hear you okay. Let me repeat what you are saying is.
Can you hear me? Testing, testing.
I can. Let me repeat. Yeah, hopefully I get it.
I'll put it in the chat.
Yeah. So I got your question mostly. What I am hearing is you might be asking that do we have a process which can assist the individual in putting the appropriate experience in the application for PGMP? The answer is yes, we do have an application assistance service, and we have a complete program which takes care of application as well as preparation. I am just going there after explaining the process of doing PGMP certification. Then I will talk about how we can assist it. But answer is yes. Okay. Now, what is the process? So say once you are eligible, the PGMP application there are two things. First thing is, what is the exam content outline and what is the process? Yeah. So we can say you have a detail you can find out related to exam content outline in the PMI website alone. Somewhere they will publish it. Yeah. And I think it's on the second page now. Yeah. Yeah. So you can view the sample questions, countdown of the exam, and view the exam prep resource. You have they keep changing this placement. Yeah. So what is here they have, okay, download handbook. Yeah, review the handbook thoroughly. And if I am done with the handbook, then can I download the ECO also? Okay, I will explain before I can locate it. Let's see. And let's understand the whole process of PGMP certification. So see, unlike the PMP certification, the process of PGMP certification is little different. Yeah. It is a two-step process. Application goes through a validation, they call it panel review. And once they evaluate your experience based on what you define in the experience in the application, then they give you opportunity to appear for online exam. So we can say one exam is based on what you write in the application. They review it and they give pass fail in a way, panel review passed, panel review failed. And once you pass that stage, then only you can go for online exam. Usually application is more rewarding from a learning perspective than the online exam. Online exam is still a multiple choice exam, but when you start thinking about those application related questions, it improves your program management understanding. So what is this application? So you open your account at pmi.org and there you fill your basic details about project experience. Then you need to fill program experience. The program experience should be strategic in nature. It should clearly show how program was advancing organization strategy. It should have a clear business objective and achievement, most likely in the format of number, what were the benefits matrices were used. And then it should clearly define what was the overall program solution. The program should look like a program. It should not look like a project. Yeah. So the difference between project and program is very important before we fill the description. The project is single goal oriented thing and the project manager is execution oriented, getting things done. Whereas a program management is more about integration oriented, engagement oriented, and alignment oriented. So my role as a program manager is more integration and alignment rather than getting things done. Getting things done are done by the project manager. I am working with multiple collection of the project to align them to a common objective, to align them to a business goals, and ensuring that they are utilizing the overall resources, capacity in an appropriate manner. So that kind of experience I need to demonstrate in my program description. And then there are specific three prompts. So they talk about that you need to explain program management experience, and then you need to have an experience summary. So experience summary is expected to be a 500 words, up to 500 words. It should be minimum 200 words if I'm not wrong. But usually when I look at an application, we try to use even the last 499 word. We hardly give anything less than 499. So I recommend you should go for 499 or 500 words only, not even leaving anything. Yeah, in a crisp and still comprehending the expected details which PMI is expecting. So you need to answer a question related to how well you were supporting strategic alignment, how well you were supporting program governance and program health execution, and overall leadership stakeholder engagement. Yeah, so these are the three questions that are there in the application which you need to write. Now, after writing the program experience, if you have done more than one program, because you need to complete 4 years, then you need to add two programs. And after that, you need to answer these three questions only once. Even if you have three programs, these answers need to be answered once. You need to choose which particular program you want to use in the reference when you are answering these questions. Now this goes to the PMI for review. First level review is done by the PMI where they check the health of the application. They are basically focusing on program description. And if they see the program description is good, it looks like a program management experience. Within a few days, sometime in a few hours, they will say, okay, make the payment so that we can forward your application for panel review. So then you make the payment and it goes for a panel review. Panel review may take few days to few weeks. Usually we see 1 to 4 weeks is the average time. And there the selective individuals will be checking your application descriptions. If they don't see it is realistic, it is program oriented, then they may reject the application. They give some justifications like it was too bookish, it was not answering the prompt like that. Yeah, usually the justifications are not very great to solve the problem, but they give some justification. You get a one chance to update it and submit it again. And in the 2 attempts, if you get it, you are done, you are ready for the exam, you can take the next step. If you don't get it, your application get closed and your money get refunded. So that's the process, which is little different from your PMP kind of application process. Once your application is processed, then you are ready. You are ready. You just need to give the exam. And the exam is 4 hours, exam 170 questions, multiple choice. Out of 170, 165 questions will be multiple choice with single choice right. There could be few questions which may have a more than one choice right, but most of the time you see one choice right questions. Yeah, so this is something you can expect from your PGMP application and the path to get PGMP certified. Yeah. Any question in this? Good. Now, some of you may be asking, thinking, actually, what is these guys going to test in the PGMP exam? What is the content? Yeah, what is the outline? So finally, I can locate this. So just after when they talk about is it right for me, they have a section called exam content outline. Yeah. You can download this. Yeah. And this is the place where you see all the things which they expect from program manager. Now see what PMI style is, whenever they take any certificate, they do their research and they list out typically what industry expect from this role. So see, program manager in a company one and in a company two might be doing 30-40% different job. It's a possibility. Context, technology, non-technology, compliance oriented. There could be many dimensions which might influence the role and responsibility of a program manager when they are moving from one location to another location. That's a possibility. But when the PMI is doing it, they take a generic view, and based on the generic view, what they see most often, they put it into the task list, and that is called exam content outline. So from a PMI perspective, they have created this exam content outline, which divides the program management work, program manager's work into 5 areas, or you can call it categories. They call it domain. And these areas have some percentage weightage also for the exam. The first area is called strategic alignment, which focuses on how well you aligned your program to the organization strategic objective. For example, understanding the program of the organizational objective, converting the organizational objective to program objective, ensuring that we remain aligned, ensure the business case remains aligned to the objectives, and stakeholders are also clear about what we are doing, focusing on high level roadmap and the milestones on which the benefits are getting released. So that kind of alignment, yeah, alignment to the organization goal is the strategic alignment. Now you can study them. They are written here. They are saying, you should be able to do initial assessment, you prepare high level roadmap, you do a financial, so mission statement, all those kind of tasks which are expected to be done by the program manager. Then we have a program lifecycle management, which is 44%. That is more execution. This is like day-to-day work of a program manager, like preparing master schedule, ensuring that work breakdown structure at a program level is good, taking care of changes, taking care of ongoing risk, taking care of escalations and issues, periodic reporting, all those kind of work, lot of tasks, 35 tasks, they all go into program lifecycle. If people prepare program lifecycle, usually they pass through the exam. Then we have a benefits management sometime, or benefits management, not alignment. This is something which takes time, and I see many individuals not doing it well here. So it talks about how, as a program manager, you plan for benefits, you track the benefits, you ensure the transitioning of the benefits and the sustainment of the benefits. Yeah. So that kind of tasks. Yeah. So we talk about benefits management related tasks. Then we have a governance. Yeah, governance, stakeholder engagement, and then finally governance. The stakeholder engagement is usually simple. Any leadership role, be it a team leader role, project manager role, you always have a stakeholder engagement related thing. So those kind of things, understanding stakeholder, their power interests, working with them, creating the engagement communication plan, those kind of stuff will be there. And then you have finally a governance, which is overall oversight, which is more ensuring that we have an overall governance framework. We are taking view in account when we are initiating the new component. We are taking care of overall change control. We have a clear escalation levels identified. We have appropriate approval process in place, which ensures fast execution as well as overall alignment. That's the governance domain. So these are the 5 domains which will get tested in the exam as per this particular percentage distribution. So when you are preparing for PGMP, you need to prepare for this work. Now, PMI has a program management standard. You can download it. If you are a PMI member, you can download from your membership benefits. The standard is a 4th edition right now. Again, you need to focus on, so here on a PMI website, you can see it, the standard there. And that could be your one of the source. Yeah, so that's the first source you can use for preparation. The content of program management standard is very crisp in nature. It's very small, if I say it more specifically. So you need to go sometime beyond that. Yeah, it is not like that if I memorize each and every line of program management standard, then I'm good. Maybe yes, maybe not. Yeah, that is also the case. Because sometime when you see the question, you may realize, oh, this was also included. Yeah, that is something you need to be little aware of. Yeah, so that is something I'm trying to show it on a PMI website, but that can be used for your preparation. Yeah, learning standards, yeah, publications. And here you can see. Now, sometimes we have a confusion related to, which particular, sorry, the 5th edition is the latest one, not the 4th one. Sometimes we have a question, oh, I am using 4th edition, but now it's the 5th edition. Don't worry too much about them. There is a hardly much difference between 4th and 5th. But yes, you better take the latest one. Yeah, you don't have to go to 4th edition. I got confused between PFMP and PGMP. Yeah, but yeah, that's the PGMP has a 5th edition, which is the latest one. If you are a member, you can download from here. Yeah, so this is like a default prescription for preparation. If you need more assistance, then we have a program. Yeah, so this much is the global info. You take our program or you do self preparation. You understand the process, you understand how to fill the application. I explained you, we have more videos about it also. I gave you idea of program management, PGMP ECO exam content outline. The program management standard 5th edition you can find on a PMI website. That is something you can read. And we do have a YouTube 200 questions which are taking care of all the exam content outline related tasks to make you ready for the exam. So that content is also freely available, and that much you can use as a public domain information. Yeah. Before I go to my program, if you have any question, I can probably try to answer.
No questions, it's clear.
Nilesh here.
Go ahead, Nilesh, please. Yeah.
Actually, I have attended your previous session also. One question is there. Basically, I'm working in PMC, one of the PMC, that is IPC, International Property Consultant, and in which we are working in project development services. PDS is our department, like project development services, under which we are executing different kind of projects, but simultaneously we are executing the project of similar kind of thing like industrial. But in that, somewhat happen the benefits and all these details which is required for the program management. That visibility we don't have considering the PMC perspective, means we are not directly own the program, but we are driving all programs details, everything details. So in such cases, if PMI wants these details, but we don't have that details, then how can we deal such a kind of situation where we have the confidentiality and everything?
Yeah. So say you need to have, first thing is you don't have to share the exact numbers. You can be on a percentage also. So confidentiality will be taken care, and you can even keep the budget also as a classified. Yeah, there. So you don't have to say that we got 100 million. You can say we got 50% improvement. That's a possibility. That's a one way you can handle this problem. The second problem is when we define the program, we need to see from which dimension we are looking at this problem. So say for my company, the program could be that we want to set up our footprint in a hotel industry construction and PMC. And we might be taking care of 3 hotels, and we have a PMC service or a program who makes sure our company makes money by serving better to hotel constructions. Then there are dimension. A hotel for the hotel owner is a different program, but for you, the program is PMC of these three hotels, which will help you to do it better so that you start getting a development of your market. So we need to see specifically when you bring the content in front of you. You don't necessarily have to see from a client perspective. You can see from your own perspective also. That's the one possibility. The second possibility is you see, no, I am targeting the construction and marketing and the rollout and launching of the hotel, and we are taking care of multiple projects, and the projects integrate together, and that is how my the investor will make money out of selling this hotel. That could be another perspective. So we need to see how you put it, but it should be easy. Yeah, it's just a little bit of understanding of the definition of program and looking at the dimension clarity, and then you need to put your content.
Okay, thank you. But in what perspective and what kind of interpretations we are going to do, that matters most over here. Means, but I want to just ask you one thing. When we enroll in your program, there would be one-to-one session for the application basis guidance, or how it is.
Yeah, so that is where I'm coming to. Yeah. So first is let's talk about application, how I do application. Yeah. So when people enroll to our program and they also include application support, one can enroll without application also. I give them a guideline and a video and say that why don't you put your application by taking this guidance. Based on that, they put something. Yeah, you just put something and then it comes to me one-on-one. No one else is in the loop. And then I review it and I propose a different perspective if I don't see that is good enough. And I share back to you, most likely 99% of the time, that is good enough. You get it, you submit it, and your application is through. Yeah, that's the thing. If it is not clear and we are struggling, then we may end up scheduling a call to resolve those queries, and then we come to the agreed description. But that's a very, very rare. Usually we just get it in the one iteration. One iteration is usually more than enough. In some very exceptional cases where the person has not yet watched the video and they just give me something, then we may go through few more iterations. But in general, in a 3 to 4 days, maximum 1 week, your application will be through for submission.
Okay, thank you.
Perfect. I think that was the other people's question as well. And now that's the one thing. Application, you can take only application assistance from me. And I believe it is not like I'm just fixing your application. It is more about fixing your thinking process also. And that is important for exam as well. You start seeing the benefits clearly, you start seeing the governance activity clearly, you start speaking a program language, not a project language. So that will get clarified. It is not like we have a one copy paste description and we'll paste the description everywhere same and people submit it. I know some people do that, yeah, but that is not going to happen. The whole content will be talking your language only, not at all talking anything generic. We need to focus on something which really show, probably this is something I want to update in my CV now. Yeah. So most of the time people think, okay, looks like this is nice way to present it. I think probably I need to update my CV and put the program description in this particular manner only. So that's the idea which we are focusing when we try to fix the application. Now, beyond that, we do have a preparation content. Yeah. So people who are already done with the application can only enroll to the preparatory content. Now, studying the program management standard 5th edition is a good idea, but it's pretty jig-jag content. Especially once you go to reach to program lifecycle, it becomes little jig-jag. So what we have done, we have created a complete video content starting from introduction for each domain. And for each domain, after video, we also have a learning material. We give an ebook. So we have a separate booklet for each domain, which is founded on program management standard, but they are extracted out of it. Yeah. So for example, we have a guide to strategic alignment, 45 pages. So it makes the thing simple. It brings a lot of example, lot of comparison. For example, when you are checking the strategic alignment, you also see clear comparison between business case, program charter, roadmap, when to use roadmap, when to use charter, that kind of things, which is important for the exam, but they will not come in the program management standard very explicitly. Yeah. Program management standard will explain you what is program charter, what is program roadmap, what is program business case. And then they give you, probably you use this, probably you use this, but I need to get little deeper to understand when should I use which artifact and why, what are the content outline of it, how does it look like. Yeah. So we try to give you enough content with some examples also, so that you start appreciating, okay, this is what this topic looks like. So by doing this for each domain, for benefits management, we have all the ideas, we have examples, sample benefits register so that you start feeling it. We explain you what is benefit management plan. I give you a sample benefits management plan, and then there is an ebook on benefits management. So we have a sufficient content to start making you ready and start appreciating what is program management. People get more value than the PGMP certification by going through these content. Once this whole content is done, once you are say, okay, I'm probably done here, I have prepared it well, then we do provide more content of PMBOK 6, PMBOK 7, Agile, Scrum, which is not mandatory. But sometimes when people are coming without project management experience, then we give them option to watch that. But it is 99% people don't use it. But if you want to use it, that content is also available. Availability is there. Then the major focus is assessments. In the assessments, we focus on each area first before you go for a full length. And usually what we see is area-wise improvement is the most important thing, because full length, say 170 questions are there. And in the 170 questions, maybe I only ask 20 questions about strategic alignment. Yeah. But when I'm selecting 20 questions, I might be checking the area. But when I'm focusing on strategic alignment, I will ask 50 questions about strategic alignment. Yeah. Then I make sure I am covering more. So we focus on each area-wise questions first, and we make sure that people start scoring good. And if they have a question, they can connect with us. We have a WhatsApp group. If needed, we also can schedule a session, but usually clarifications are provided. Then in a life cycle, since life cycle is a 44%, we have a more focus. So we have a 50 question life cycle test. Then we have a artifact related test, because this document, that document, where this artifact. So we want to just have a specific focus on artifact, 50 questions. And then we have a program life cycle 70 question test, which makes you pretty much clear about when to do what. Yeah. Now with these three tests, your life cycle domain becomes very good. 50 question direct life cycle, 50 questions artifact, and 70 questions the life cycle activities. So you can say around you have 170 questions just on the life cycle purely. Yeah. Then we focus on full length test. We have a full length test to make you ready, and we have 5 full length tests. One full length test is same with our video content, which we also shared. That is there. But overall, these 5 full length tests are good enough to make you ready for the exam. Usually people take 2 or 3 tests and they get certified. But my major focus remains to domain area, that you need to take a domain test before you focus on the full length test. So possible enrollment or a possible time plan is you enroll. And if you have not yet done with the application, your first focus is within a week, we get the application through. Yeah. If you are clear, then you take both the programs. The good idea is when you watch the content first before you get into the application, then your application will improve and your time spent in the application also becomes useful for your exam preparation. So my recommendation is go through some set of questions, videos. If you are taking the full program, maybe one round of whole content, then fill the application, then we will interact. We'll make sure application goes good. It will take maybe 2-3 weeks to get it done. And then you start practicing questions. 2 months to people take more than 6 months also, but on average, 2 to 3 months is a good time, especially if you have a project management fundamentals clear. You should be able to get through the PgMP. But having said that, compared to other PMI exams, like a PMP, you hardly see anyone failing. Yeah. But if you go to social media also, there are groups for PGMP, and you will say, there is a good percentage of people who are coming and saying, I could not make it in the first attempt. Yeah, that's a little thing. Maybe it is because that people may not be using the preparation material because it allows you to give the exam directly. That could be a one reason. Or maybe they have not prepared well, or maybe the subject is complicated. I don't think subject is complicated. I think out of those two reasons, but yeah, it has a failure rate. And the retake cost is relatively expensive. It's a $600. So my advice is don't risk that much. Try to prepare. Because the retake is expensive and it also takes time. Yeah, that's the idea. Yeah, that's what all I want to say. Now up to you, your questions.
Hi, Sakit. Vajji here from Bangalore. Hi.
Please.
Yeah. So, Sakit, couple of questions. The first one is, So the exam is based on the fifth edition, right? And your course content, is it based on fourth edition or fifth edition? First question. And if it's based on fourth edition, what is the difference? I mean, what is it that we can expect, or what additional material do we have to study to cover up that gap which is there in the fourth and fifth?
So let
And the
me
third,
answer
yeah,
this. So we are on a
yes.
fifth edition. Yeah, that's simple. Yeah, so you don't have to worry. Now, again, having said that, PMI usually don't tell that our exam is based on this book. Yeah. So what PMI will tell? My exam is based on exam content outline. Yeah. So their official statement is we are not based on fifth edition. We are based on ECU. This. Yeah. But more or less, they updated the ECO in March 2024, and during that time only they released fifth edition. Yeah, during the March 2024 only. So it is obvious to relate. We can say yes, it is based on fifth edition, which is because they both are coming more or less on the same timeline. So we prepared our content 100% aligned to fifth edition only. But still, I don't want to make this fifth and fourth as a big issue because exam is on the exam content outline. Even if someone prepares to the fourth edition, I have not closely seen the fourth edition, but maybe 5-10% plus minus. Yeah, because overall program management remains the same. So in case you have already prepared using fourth edition, don't worry. But if you are preparing now, better start with the fifth edition. Next question.
And the second question that I had was, how long is the course duration, the one that you showed, right? I mean, there were, I could see it's like 1 hour, 15 minutes. And so,
Yeah,
so
so
the total duration is?
in our brochure we have put it. Yeah, I don't remember the total sum, but if you download our brochure from our website, it has a full data sheet. Yeah, full data sheet. I don't think it is more than 20 hours. Yeah, but it's around 20 hours. Yeah, 20 hours is the core content which you have. Yeah, you can ignore the questions. Question itself are 10 hours. So if you add questions, it will go 30 hours. Yeah, but if you can ignore questions, then it should be around 20 hours of content, and you probably need to watch it twice. Yeah, so you can spend 30 to 40 hours preparing. You can ignore PMBOK content because you are already prepared, but you can get the full data sheet in our full data sheet talking about duration as well as number of questions is available from our website, and we can send it separately also.
Great. Thanks a lot, Sakit. That's all from me. Thank you.
Great. Yeah. Anything else? And the another thing is our content covers 100% what is needed for exam. Yeah, 100%. Why? Because I created a separate booklet for ECO also. Yeah. So we have a separate reading material, which is PMP exam ECO guide, PgMP exam ECO guide. And here, for each and every domain, I want to make sure that you get it clearly as per PMI outline. Yeah. So we have this guidance which is not a PGMP booklet content. And here for each and every task in the ECO, I explain how you usually do that task and what kind of artifacts might be involved in doing that particular task and what are the importance of it and how do you do it. So say if you do it, it is another program management standard. Yeah, it is more than program management standard, but it's another program management standard. So I make sure that there is nothing left. Maybe PGMP program management standard is not covering something, but we want to make sure that it is covered well in our content. So you do have a ECO mapping related documents. Yeah, it itself is more than 300-page content. Yeah, it's a reading material, not a video content, but it's there. Any question, anyone?
Sakit, sorry, one last thing. So your suggestion is to go through the course, understand, I mean, basically, and then try to fill up the application. Take a couple of months and then go ahead, right? That I think that's what you're suggesting.
More or less what I suggest is not a month, but maybe take a week or two, so that when you enroll, because see, idea is in application also you are trying to put program management details, you are trying to put how I did a strategic alignment, what was the roadmap, you are trying to give examples of it. Now, yes, I can fix it. I may put something, but you won't get it why I am doing these things, why I'm using these words, more or less. Yeah. But if I have gone through one round of content means I have watched all the video only once. Then first is me writing that itself will improve. And when I'm writing it, my thinking is contributing to preparation now. It is just not, I am somehow trying to fill the application. Yeah. And then when I review it, I provide you feedback. When I propose an edited text, when you see it, it's the process of getting through the exam also. Now, the other approach people take it that I fill the application first and then I will prepare. Actually, no problem in that. The only thing is the time you spend for filling the application may not be very much helping you to prepare. That is just goes, yeah, because you were doing with your half understanding of the program management and somehow you got the application right, but it will still take time to prepare for it, yeah. But what I see, some individuals who are not very confident, they are too much worried, my application may get rejected, I never may be able to do it, yeah, they have a doubt, then they do it first application and then they go for exam. But when you work with us, even if you paid for the full program and in case after application you don't want to continue because of any reason, we give you the remaining money back. Yeah, that's also a commitment we give. We can say, okay, application is done, your application is already approved, yeah, and we make sure that get approved. And if you want to roll back, you can roll back also. But good idea is that you enroll full and then you move forward.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Thanks, Akhil.
Good. So this is it from my side. Any follow-up query, please drop us the message. My team will be in touch. You can connect me on LinkedIn. I'm pretty active there. You can share your queries also there and probably follow some of the posts which I'm doing for program, project, and Scrum related topics. Yeah, there are many things which I talk, but you can go. Please go ahead. Yeah.
Thank you, Skakit. This is Queen China, and initially I'd made some initial studies on PgMP, where I went through the whole process the whole content. And then after that, I sought your support in terms of application process. And I think that your content was very good. It really guided me well, and within 2 weeks, it had gone through the panel and I was approved. I'm now scheduled an exam next month, and I'm just in the process of preparing for the exams. And now, according to your requirement, that I needed to have both the exam content. Sorry, not the exam content. I need to have all the comprehensive curriculum and also the test questions. Now, I was just questioning, how do I if I only need the questions, the test questions only, how would I go through that?
Yeah. So as of now, I have option which includes video, comprehensive content, and questions together. Yeah, we don't have option where we just have a question separately and preparation separately. As of now, we don't have it because the content of program management, the way I perceive it, is little difficult just by questions because you may need to understand the story behind it. That's why I have clubbed it as of now. Yeah. But since you have already taken an application, you can connect with our team. They can probably find some solution. But we have this bundled program which contains the video content which explains program management, explains exam content outline well, and then help you in preparing for the questions. But there is no ready-made separate only question bank product as of now.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. But you will definitely get a value if you take the whole comprehensive one because it sets the whole foundation well. But my team can assist you to find out if we have to do something. Yeah. Good. Anything else, anyone? Yeah, good. We had an experience of application shared in this group also. So this is how it works. Yeah, you see it. And my LinkedIn URL also I shared in the chat. Yeah, you can follow me, connect me, and drop any message if you have further. And my team will be also in touch. And anything if you need from guidance perspective, feel free. You can comment on our YouTube videos also. We do have good amount of YouTube videos which can assist you to start thinking in a program management style. Yeah. So thank you everyone for your participation. Yeah. Nice talking. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.